My name is Tony, and I am with the Foreign Service as a information management specialist. Well, I first found out about the Foreign Service when I was studying overseas in China doing my master's program, and we had a field trip to the consulate in Guangzhou. I saw what kind of work they did, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then another trip I went to in Guatemala, I met another Foreign Service officer. And coming back from those trips, I decided to apply with the Foreign Service. I decided to go with the information management specialist route because I have an undergraduate degree in computer engineering, and then I got a master's in international studies. So put the two together, that was a perfect match for a kind of career I was looking for. Not only do I get to travel to all parts of the world with the Foreign Service, I also get to apply my technical expertise at the embassy. To find out more about the Foreign Service, I went to the careers.state.gov website and I looked at the different positions that were available, and then I looked through the selection process. I found out that I could apply online, and from there what the steps were to get to start a career in the Foreign Service. The biggest challenge with joining the Foreign Service would have to be the oral assessment for me. It was a 6-hour process, and usually job interviews that I've gone through would just take a few hours, but with the Foreign Service, they want to make sure they cover all of your dimensions and your different qualities. I just started my core information management specialist training in June, and the training is a 4 or 5 month course, and it covers everything from handling classified material, unclassified material, to radio, evacuation, and a lot of different courses. And I really like the diversity of the courses, and I learned a lot from them. And my next step is going overseas to post. So with that process, I had to figure out the kind of housing that I want to have once I arrive at post, contacting the embassy and talking with the other information management specialists overseas and seeing what kind of tips and advice they have for me before going overseas, what kind of things that might be hard to get at post that I should purchase here in the US and bring overseas. My advice for someone applying for a information management specialist position is go ahead and go on the website and look at the position and all the details and the different process that you need to go through. And I guess the number one advice is just, if you have an interest, start early and just submit your application and see what happens, because I think it's an exciting field to be in.